Well, hello everyone, my name's Rick, and I'm sailing Frog's Leap. I want to get underway from Shelter Bay Marina and start making my way towards San Blas. I'm still in the rainy season, and I'm going to get caught in some of these squalls. It's going to happen, but I don't want to sail into one deliberately. I was supposed to get underway here in about 45 minutes. That was my plan, but take a look at what's coming our way. You can see it behind me. Pretty dark. That's the way the weather's coming from right now, really slowly. Yeah, you can see it better here. You can come up here, you can see I had blue skies before. So it's definitely making its way. We're definitely gonna get some rain out of this. I'm hearing some thunder already. You can see down here, it's fine. Yeah, blue sky, look at that. That's kind of crazy. And then here it comes. So I'm not going to get underway into that. I'll wait it out. You can definitely hear that, right? Yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to get underway and sail into it. That direction where the clouds were darkest, that's the direction of the exit to Shelter Bay Marina. You have to sail a little while, so then you can clear out of the breakwater. I mean, the way those clouds looked, they're probably right over the breakwater right now. That's a high congestion area. So there is a traffic separation scheme leading into Linton Bay, and it's well buoyed. You could meet any number of vessels, including, and probably most likely, a deep draft. And that's not something I'm interested in, especially, you got to keep in mind, like Frog's Leap is a minimal vessel. The biggest risk to me, because I don't have radar, is low visibility. This is a low vis situation. I've heard it said the most important person to know is yourself. And I think the most important vessel to know is your vessel. So I know that my vessel doesn't have radar. So I'm not going to sail into any low vis situations. Now it doesn't look like it's coming directly over me, so I just need to wait until it gets over that choke point where Linton Bay opens up to the Caribbean Sea. As long as I get good viz there, I'll be fine. All right. Well, Frog's Leap's ready to go. I was just going to go check out at the office. Make sure if I owe them any money that I settle up. But you can hear the thunder, and I'm under the little protective covering here at Shelter Bay because I don't want to get wet. It's not raining really hard, but the wind's picked up. It's going to rain harder, and you can hear the thunder, so lightning's happening. I'll show you my perch here in the marina. It's starting to get, so this is the direction of Linton Bay and the entrance to the Caribbean Sea, and starting to get lighter. Still, it's not great visibility, and low visibility is my Achilles heel. This is a very slow moving system, so it could be over us for a while. So my thought is, I've already kind of set up a different anchorage that's a little closer. I call it Naranjo. Yeah, so it's only 10 miles. So that way I don't have to get all the way to Porto Bello, and I can wait out this, because I really want to get to the anchorage during daylight hours. So if I can't get to Porto Bello in daylight, then I'll go to Naranjo. You can see the channel to exit the marina there on the left. I mean, no visibility at all. It's a good thing I stayed behind. This is just crazy talk right now. Well, that's the way it goes, you know. Here in Panama, the rainy season, you know, you'll get crazy downpour, and, you know, less than an hour later, my goodness, less than 15 minutes later, it'll be looking like this. It's crazy. Yeah, well, today's a pretty big day because Frog's Leap actually has never been past that breakwater. And, you know, inside the breakwater, it's Linton Bay. Frog's Leap, she's going to see the Caribbean Sea in just a few minutes. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to wait for this inbound deep draft into Linton Bay. He's about, the entrance there where he's going through is about, I'm a mile away from it about right now. There's the Port of Cologne back there, and it extends over to here too. Yeah, you can see that MSC ship still working his way in. We're probably right at about a mile apart right here. There's the opening. The opening from Linton Bay, the north end of the Panama Canal, into the Caribbean Sea. It is. Frog's Leap has entered the Caribbean Sea. It's a little more rolly, but there's no wind. It's just a little rolly. It's not bad at all, really. We'll get that sail up once we get turned a little bit, and I don't know that there'll be enough wind to sail, but maybe. That's the Panama Canal from the north side, or the Caribbean side, and there's a lot of boats in Linton Bay, but look out here. I mean, there's a lot of boats that anchor out here. This anchorage, and then there's another anchorage over here for people who are apparently way down the list. Yeah, crazy. Has to be at least between 10 and 15 deep drafts out here just waiting to get into Linton Bay, let alone going through the canal. Yeah, I think this is the last one that's the furthest one that's away from Linton Bay, the Artemis Leader. Yeah, it's probably only 10 miles from Porto Bello. They are spread out quite a bit, but this is the last one. All right, well, I can see the bay up ahead, and it looks pretty wet. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have any canvas on this boat, so, I mean, I get underway expecting to get wet. So, it's funny how... Yeah, it's funny how I've been able to avoid that most of the time. Yeah, but it's probably going to be wet in there, and yeah, so be it, baby. Porto Bello has a super interesting history. It meant a lot to Spain in the 1500s. Yeah, they built fortifications here in Porto Bello. Yeah, because they were extracting gold and silver from the New World. And they'd get that gold and silver to Porto Bello, and Porto Bello, well, that was the hub for exporting that gold and silver back to Spain. We're about a mile out from the anchorage now. And yeah, just so cool to see the rainforest like this. I remember when I went to Costa Rica and it was the dry season, and I thought that was really cool to be there during the dry season, and then it's not really green. And we went and did the oh, there was a safari thing with animals and they had zip lines, but it just wasn't green enough. I didn't do it. But my goodness, look at this. Yeah, really green. I mean, holy smokes. Well, I'm anchored here in Porto Bello, and I really like it. Somebody out there. I gather, I've only been here less than an hour, but I gather on the south shore here, it's a little more recreational activity going on. I think on the north shore, which is the anchorage up here, it's probably a little quieter. Here's Porto Bello proper over here. Off my starboard side, there we are. Yeah, there's another beach over there apparently that's really popular, and I think people just take their boats back and forth, you know, pick people up, move people around, and make a little money that way. That's what it looks like. Got a couple of catamarans. This one looks legit, but this one over here looks abandoned. Wow. I wonder how late that goes. So I think the jet ski thing and the taking people out to the beach thing is just going to be a thing. Anchored here. And it doesn't bother me that much. It's one night, you know. If I do want to stay here another night, which I may, maybe I'll just weigh anchor and go the other side. Right, well, I'm underway from Porto Bello, and I'm trying to get to Linton Bay. It's a real short sail, 10 miles, but there's an area where you have to go through a really narrow, with some rocks on one side, an island on another. There's a lot of current that rips through there. So I don't really know how this is going to play out, but we've got an ebbing current right now. When I left, I could tell it was ebbing from the bay, so it should help push me through. We'll see. I've got the mainsail up and I'm motor sailing. Porto Bello. Well, I ended up trying a couple different anchorages. There was the one I first went to, which was off the town of Porto Bello, and then I went to the north anchorage, and I found a really, really tight anchorage tucked in real close to what looks like an Airbnb of some sort, and there wasn't a lot of water. Like, you had to have a boat like mine to even consider getting in there. So, but it was cool because when it got windy, I didn't get too much rolling action. Yeah, you can kind of see the white caps to the left of that island. I don't know if you can see them from here, but I can see them. And that's shallow water to where there's breakers over it. And we're going to go in between that island and those breakers, and then we're going to catch the wind and hopefully have a nice sail into Linton Bay. Well, you can see the breakers. They're like they're to the right of that deep draft, but closer. I mean, they're definitely exposed rocks, so yeah, and they're charted, so you know they're there. Yeah, and we're going to be rounding this island right here and heading that way around these series of points, and I'll be right in Linton Bay there. Yeah, look at that. Well, if we end up getting closer, I'll shoot another pic of it. It's crazy. Well, I feel like it was a smart move to leave when the current was ebbing, and I think that's helping right here. I don't know, but it's pretty calm, and something tells me that this area, you can just feel the way there's no organization to these waves, and it's just really lumpy, that if you got in a situation where the wind was strong coming out of one direction and the current was strong going out of the other, you'd be in deep trouble. You know, and I just feel like somehow I think I just got lucky, you know. Well, we're almost a beam of these rocks. Take a look at this. That's a pretty ominous rock regarding Linton Bay. That's Linton Island right there, and you can see all the boats at anchor. We're going to venture in there and see if we can find a spot. And that's Linton Island, and if you go around that island, you can kind of, the marina's inside there, behind the island there. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm settled here in Linton Bay. I'm anchored. Haven't actually been inside the marina yet, but I'll show you around here. Yeah. I'm pretty close to this guy up here. This green guy. I mean, probably not more than 30 yards from Esmeralda. Yeah, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. The marina's in there. So, yeah. A lot of boats here anchored at Linton Bay. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Sailing Frogs Leap and don't miss an episode.